What's going on, everybody? Dr. Andrew Fix back for another episode here on The Code. This one's going to be short and sweet, just something to hop on here and talk to you guys about. And it is really this concept of finding something to do and doing something that you are passionate about. Well, one thing, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but I'm recording this episode in our house where our cats are actually roaming free here, so they may make a little appearance here on this podcast. But like I typically say, wherever you're listening to this, however you're consuming this podcast, thank you so much for being here, tuning in. We really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate that, and couldn't thank you enough. So let's make sure that you find something in your life that you are passionate about. This this topic came up because so many people, go to work every single day, do something that just pays the bills, but maybe it's not something that they actually and truly enjoy doing. Many people go to that job, go to their work, they come home, they take care of their responsibilities, they take care of their children, but they don't, unfortunately, have activities and hobbies that they enjoy doing outside of like their normal daily responsibilities. And what ends up happening is they just feel like, you get stuck in this rut of just, I go home, I go to bed, I wake up, I go to work to pay my bills. I come home and I repeat and I repeat and I repeat this. And a lot of times, it's particularly as people become adults, get into the workplace, grow, age, and move through their life, they lose a lot of the activities and the hobbies that that fuel their passion, fuel their enjoyment in life. And I wanted to hop on here and talk about this not because I'm stuck in that situation, but because I got home today, pulled in the garage from a work day. Now, granted, the day started a little bit later than some of my days do. A lot of times I'm seeing clients by 7 a.m. or having a meeting or something by 7 a.m. Today, that wasn't the case until like the 9:30 range. But I got home tonight at 8:05 p.m. I pulled in the garage at 8:05. And, that's usually a bit later than when I normally get home from the responsibilities that I'm doing throughout the day, whether that's meetings, whether that's seeing clients in our clinic at Physio Room. And you would think that, maybe I'm exhausted, like maybe I'm mentally exhausted from a day like that where I'm getting home so late. However, I wanted to hop on here and talk about it because that's not the case. I mean, I just ate my dinner a little bit later than I normally do, but I just had the opportunity for the last few hours to talk about and work with people in the topics of running, strength training, and nutrition or fueling for those activities. So I had a meeting. I actually then recorded a podcast that will be coming out on here. So stay tuned for an episode with Tristan Mitchell, owner of Lions Den, where we're going to get into running, strength training, training for marathons, and that whole topic. And it was a really, really fun conversation. We talked for like an hour and a half. So I can't wait for you guys to hear that one. But, we got to talk about that. And then I had the opportunity to then work with a group of sub-elite female running athletes in a strength training setting. We're doing a strength training class with this team that we work with. And that was about an hour and a half ordeal. And we were squatting today. It was awesome. And some of the girls are really, like, you're really seeing progress from week over week, which is awesome. And then afterwards, one of them pulled me aside and was like, "Hey, can I ask you some questions about my nutrition?" And we were sort of talking about how to fuel the body, how to provide the body with what it needs to perform, to recover, repair from the rigors and the challenges that you put it through from a training standpoint, not only running, but from a strength training standpoint, and just, what should I be eating? How much should I be eating? Am I doing the right things? And then, how much does it matter to time out what I'm eating correctly with, or optimally with my workouts, with how my day is structured. And we just got to have an extra conversation about that after the strength training class. And as a result, I left the office, the gym, later than I normally would to get back to the house, and have dinner and wind down. And I was just thinking about it on the drive home, like how cool is it that I get to go to work, do something that I enjoy and get paid for it, right? I have the opportunity to do something that I'm passionate about, something that I feel like I'm pretty good at. Hopefully my clients and our clients here at Physio Room feel the same way. But, I know that it's not a reality that every single person out there has something that they are really passionate about that they get to do on a day in and day out basis. And, I never thought that I would, maybe find myself in this situation, hosting a podcast, doing this, like doing the thing that I'm doing right now. I didn't necessarily picture that 5-10 years ago, but now that I am, and now that I see other people starting to create side hustles, doing things that they're passionate about. My wife, Erin, she's a great example of this. She has a job too that she goes to. That is what provides her with the majority of her income that she brings in. However, she has a side hustle, like a thing that she does on the side where she is working within the health and wellness fitness space, training with clients remotely. She has the opportunity to stay tapped into the kind of fitness competition, bodybuilding, fitness show, figure and bikini type of world that she competed in a handful of times over the past few years. And our family goals have changed and stuff. So she has some different goals from a training standpoint right now, but she still really loves being tapped into that environment and into that community. And she gets to do that through the thing that she's doing on the side. Now, everybody has different responsibilities, different amounts of time, freedom available to them, depending on your work and your family life situation. But what I'm getting at, what I would encourage you to do is, whether or not it's, what you're passionate about is what you can do for your career. First of all, I wouldn't say it's not possible because that's not the right attitude to take into it. I think everybody has the capacity, or the ability, I should say, to turn something into a financial endeavor if they want to. So many people have started businesses and all of this stuff, but even if it's not something that you're going to like generate a bunch of income from that can support you and or your family, what I would encourage is try to find something that you are passionate about that you can do more days of the week than you don't, that you can potentially do every single day, even if it's for a small percentage of the time, even if it's a side hustle or whatever that might be, because that might just be the thing that fuels your passion, that you look forward to when you wake up every single day, that you think about when you lay your head down at night, and helps you rest easy because when you wake up the next day, you're going to be able to do something that you're really looking forward to, even if that means you have to do something else that is affording you, your finances to pay for your home, pay for your car, et cetera, et cetera. I just think this topic is like really important, because I think the people that view their job as a job and it's just something that they have to do, you go into your day, you take out of your day with a different mindset of, I have to do this, as opposed to I get to do this. I look forward to doing this because it's something that fuels me. It's something that I'm passionate about, and it's something that is meaningful to me. Now, of course, as a physical therapist, I think it's fairly easy for me to say, like, the type of work that I do, that our team does at Physio Room, that all physical therapists and healthcare providers and whatnot do is a very meaningful thing. And, we love the opportunity to work with clients, help guide them in ways that can help improve their life and the situation that they are dealing with. But that doesn't necessarily mean that every day is, a walk in the park. Some days are mentally draining, and some days are, exhausting, and it's hard sometimes to not take home the challenges and the struggles that clients are dealing with yourself, right? And like wear some of that with you when you leave the office to head home for the day. But now more than ever, I'm feeling this like get to more than have to kind of mentality. And it's just really changed my perspective. It's changed my outlook on the conversations that I have. I'm sure it's changed my, my mood and my demeanor around the office and around just around people. So I just wanted to hop on here, talk about that. And hopefully it's something that I said in here, even though I started to ramble a little bit, hopefully some of this resonates with you. And if there's something that you have been thinking about doing, wanting to do, I hope this maybe gives you just a little bit of the motivation or the encouragement just to try, just to start. And who cares if, you don't have all the details figured out? Who cares if the action steps that you put in place to start with are not perfect? They don't need to be perfect, and none of us are perfect. So, but just find something that you're passionate about, that you feel like you get to do instead of have to do, and find a way to work that into your life. And I think you will be better off for it, and you'll enjoy it, even if it makes you feel more busy, because your mindset is going to be the thing that, even though you're busy, you're going to be like energized and motivated by it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to listen to this episode on the Code. Really, really, again, appreciate your time being here. If anything we've said on this show or on any previous shows that you've listened to resonates with you, please go ahead and tell us that. Leave us a review here on the podcast and share some ideas or comments that you have. If there's other topics that you would like to hear about, we would love to hear about them so that we can try to get an episode out on those things for you guys. Until next time, I'm Dr. Andrew Fix. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.